We've had the privilege of visiting Easter Island, which is probably one of the most remote places on the face of the earth. And we have a church of about 44 members in a population of about 6,000. And it is just so refreshing to see this recent work that has taken place begin to multiply. And how exciting to know that Seventh-day Adventist radio programs are being broadcast on the island and now in the official local language of Rapa Nui. And it's just exciting to know that mission is taking place even in a remote area like this. I praise God. South American Division has such a dynamic activity when it comes to reaching out to people. Outreach, evangelism, small groups, use of media, the proclamation of the three angels' messages is so exciting in South America because young people are using it, older people are involved. Everyone seems to be involved in God's great mission. And South America stands as a wonderful example of true Spirit-filled mission outreach. Seventh-day Adventists are very much involved in public affairs and religious liberty. And the reason for that is twofold. First of all, we must make friends with people in government settings, civic areas, business areas. Help people know who Seventh-day Adventists are. It doesn't mean in any way that we become ecumenical and try to in some way become part of larger organizations. We simply need to make friends. The second very important work of our Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Department is to help establish religious freedom everywhere. We protect and encourage religious freedom for all people. It doesn't matter what background you're from, because it's so important for each of us to be able to appreciate and use that religious freedom. And I would urge local church members, I would urge local church organizations, make friends with people in government and explain to them about the great value of religious freedom and freedom of conscience, and explain that this is the foundation of all good society. So I'm hoping that local organizations as well as the division and the General Conference are all working together regarding religious freedom. We know that these kinds of natural disasters will increase just before Christ's soon return. And I believe that Jesus is coming very soon. So we're going to see even more of this. And it's an opportunity to help people in a humanitarian way and also to follow in the footsteps of Jesus, carrying out Christ's method alone, making friends with people, helping them, and then inviting them to follow Christ. And one of the best ways is to simply share our love, Christian love, with others, whatever disaster it is, whatever situation, and then people will understand better how a Christian responds in a very difficult situation. God can use some of these very difficult challenges to create great opportunities. I am hoping that by God's grace there will be great results from the General Conference session in people understanding fully the mission of the church, understanding that we're living in the very end of time, understanding that the three angels' messages, and especially the third angel and the fourth angel of Revelation 18, must be proclaimed in a practical and loving way. So I hope that people will leave that session with a renewed vision of who we are as Seventh-day Adventists and the great message God has entrusted into our hands. Well, I certainly hope that by God's grace, people, when they get into very difficult situations, will remember God's great instruction to us to look up and to realize that our redemption draws nigh, that Jesus is coming very soon, and that this ought to animate and motivate us to be the most loving and lovable Christians there are. And we can do that through intense Bible study, through intense prayer, and through a very close relationship with God. And I know that the church members of South American Division are going to be very active in these practical ways of reaching up to God and then reaching out to others, telling them that Jesus is coming soon.